ready.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the Vice City Podcast.
Podcast.
I'm Mario.
I'm Melissa.
And what episode is it? What episode number?
Okay, can I explain what's going on?
Well, we've made it to episode number 4.
Sort of.
Sort of. So what are we doing tonight?
So we're fixing episode number 4.
So what we're doing is we're doing like a little mini series within our
Oh, yeah.
our series. Yeah, it's called What the Florida. So
What
it's
the
kind of
Florida.
like WTF instead of What the Fuck, What the Florida, you know, haha.
Yeah.
Knee slapper. I know, just I'm real funny. So we talk about some weird, interesting things about Florida, some wild shenanigans that some Floridians tend to get into.
Yes.
I mean, we were planning on maybe releasing this, once a month, once every 2 months, just, you know.
Just to keep you updated on the weirdness.
Yeah.
You know,
So
it's good to know
that's
what's
what this
happening.
is.
If you ever want to come down to like South Beach or like Orlando, go to Disney, at least you know.
Or Northern Florida. A lot of weird shit really happens up in Northern Florida.
That's
So,
true.
I
That's
don't know-
very true.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like you're not really South Florida, so you're more like Hickish because you're getting closer towards Georgia and all that. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
No offense for all those Northern Floridians, but I mean, shit gets weird up there. You know, it's not your fault.
Yeah. So why don't you start it off?
Okay, so I'm gonna start it off nerding it out. So, I want to talk to you guys about. I had no idea that this was a real thing.
Okay.
This actually kind of tripped me out when I found it. I'm gonna talk to you about the nation's weirdest city hall.
Is that in Florida?
That's in Florida,
How did I guess?
and guess where it is? It's in Opa-locka.
Really?
Yes,
Oh man.
yes, and I have actually kind of a fun fact about Opa-locka.
Opalaka.
Opa-locka.
Opalaka.
Opa-locka. Damn, I gotta learn. So, Opa-locka, the area, was originally called. Okay, hold on. Like, fasten your seatbelts because it's just gonna get weird. Opatisha. Jesus Lord. Opatisha Wokaloka. That was the original name of the area given. It's a name that the Tequesta Indians gave to the area, and this word means big island in the swamp covered with many trees.
So why don't you give that one more try? Because I didn't quite catch it the first time.
Opatisha Wokaloka. Opatisha Wokaloka. There we go.
Got it.
That's it, the word. So
Opalaka.
that. So this guy named Glenn H. Curtis, a developer back in the day, was like, he got to the area. He bought, him and his partner James Bright bought 220 acres in this area of Dade County in the early 1900s. And they couldn't say Opatisha Waloka for shit. So they shortened it to Opa-locka. That's why it has got that name today.
Huh.
So they hired an architect named Bernard Mueller to design a town straight out of Arabian Nights. Now, why did they want to do that? Nobody freaking knows. The inspiration came from, I mean, here's the inspiration, but like, who the hell in their right mind is like, oh yeah, let's totally do that after like this thing that like really touched me. So apparently what touched them to make this Arabian city was the film The Thief of Baghdad that was released in 1924. And between 1928 and 1925 and 1928, Curtis constructed 105 structures, including a train station and city hall, all of them with spiral staircases, onion-shaped domes, and minarets and towers. Now, if you're wondering what a I'm probably saying this wrong. If you're wondering what
what is it? A minaret?
Minaret, M-I-N-A-R-E-T-S.
Minarets?
Minarets.
What is that?
Okay, if you want to know what a minaret is, it's actually a slender tower, typically part of a mosque, and it's got a balcony where I guess like the priest or whatever you call it calls the Muslims to come to prayer.
Is it like a bell?
It's a structure. So a minaret, it's like a skinny tower, like a really slender tower, typically part of a mosque.
Okay.
And it has a balcony. So the what do you call like the priest?
A priest?
of the Muslims.
Oh, is it an imam? An imam?
I don't know. I'm sorry that I didn't find that out. But that person stands in that little balcony in the
Okay.
minaret and calls all the Muslims to come to prayer. So they had these kinds of towers in the structures that they built in Opaloca back in the 1920 in the early or mid 1920s. Um, they also built homes in the area, not just public buildings. And each home had its own minaret. How bougie is that?
Wait.
Everybody climbed
Wait,
up to
did
their
they just-
towers and
they-
started fucking talking to
talking
each
to each other?
other on the fucking balconies. That's
They just
super
wouldn't, like,
bougie.
Hang out the front door. They have to go to their towers to talk to each other.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Wow.
That's, that's just how classy people do it. And check this out. These homes were, I mean, I don't know how the hell they crammed all of this into this space, but there were 1,000 square feet bungalows. And guess for how much they sold in 1927?
1,000 square foot bungalow. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say in 1927,
1927.
$100.
Nope. It's got a minaret. Come on. Don't.
Excuse
It's
me.
bougie. Don't cheap it.
150.
Nope. You're so far off.
What? $500?
More.
What?
Yeah.
How much?
$1,300. Isn't that crazy?
That is pretty
It
crazy.
sounds like it's too much money.
That does sound like a thousand
sounds-
square foot bungalow.
That sounds like rent money for like not even a studio. I don't know. That doesn't sound. It does. It just sounds so expensive for those times. But yeah, that's how much it costs to live in that Arabian Opalaca city. If you wanted to buy a house there, they named the streets with names like Sesame.
Sesame Street.
Sesame.
Where do you live?
Sesame
Street.
Street, literally. They named some streets Shakar, Alibaba, Cairo, Harem, and Shahrazad.
Haram.
Haram and
My
Shahrazad.
haram. Now,
Harem.
is it harem or is it haram?
I don't know. I say Harem.
Because isn't there? I could totally get this wrong.
I say
but
harem.
Isn't there a difference? A harem is like your harem of women,
Yeah.
that pleasure you every night, and haram
Hopefully.
is something I think that is not that they're not like Muslims aren't supposed to do. Like eating pork is haram.
Oh, for real?
I think I could
That's
totally be wrong.
super duper interesting. That's really interesting.
So
do you really think that all the
is
women
it
want to
haram street or is it harem street?
Harem Street?
There's
Harem
a-
Street.
There's a big difference there.
No, it's Harem Street.
Huh.
For
Nice.
your girls. All right. So, when finished on 1928, the Baghdad of Dade County had the largest collection of Moorish Moorish.
Yeah, Moorish.
architecture in the U.S. Yes, success. I said it correctly. Okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool that we had the largest collection of Moorish architecture in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah.
In Opalaca, of
In
all places,
Opalaca, exactly.
which isn't exactly the best area now.
Oh my God, you don't really
You
want to
don't wanna
hang
go
out
through
there.
Yeah, you don't want to go through Opalaca.
Absolutely not.
If you live in Opalaca, it's a great place, right?
I mean, let's be real.
But I'm just saying
Let's
for
be
everybody
real.
else, you don't want to go into Opalaca.
Unless you know somebody there, I'm sure.
Not the best part of it, town.
Not the best part of town. So, the main attraction of the new town was its city hall. The city hall had onion-shaped domes, which is super characteristic of Moorish architecture.
Onion-shaped domes. It's like Shrek was the architect.
I know. Or no, Shrek. What's his name? Santa Claus nemesis.
Oh, Krampus?
Not Krampus. Not
Jack-
Krampus.
Santa Claus's nemesis?
Well, not what's that guy that doesn't the
Jack
the
Frost?
shrink? No, the shrink.
Are you okay?
Not the shrink. What's his name? The green guy.
Oh, the Grinch.
The Grinch. Doesn't he like
He's
onions?
not the Santa Claus's nemesis.
He's the total opposite of Christmas.
Oh, he's just the Grinch.
But he likes onions, right?
He's a grouch. No, that's Shrek. Shrek likes
What
onions.
the fuck? They're
The
both
Grinch
green.
just likes to
This is-
ruin Christmas.
This is confusing. Anyway,
They're both
anyway,
green.
I thought they like onions.
Not all green guys.
Whoops. Okay, so they have onion shaped. Well, the city hall has onion shaped domes, keyhole archways, fountains, towers, and a palm tree shaded courtyard looking straight. It literally looks like it came straight out of Persia. I saw the pictures. It looks like it doesn't belong here. It looks like it's somewhere in the Middle East, and it's the palace of like, I don't know, some sheik.
Some sheik's palace.
And it's gonna come out like with like tigers and golden chains and stuff like that, and it's driving like a gold-plated Lamborghini. Like literally, it looks like that. And for a little while, right after it was, they were done with the construction of the city hall. This place was the sales headquarters for Mr. Curtis,
Who's
because
Mr. Curtis?
the guy that developed the whole area.
Oh, okay.
So that was like his office where he was doing the sales of all the other structures that he had. Over the years, of course, because this is now like not the best area of town, it suffered economic decline. And the architecture of the area was in serious need of repair. And recently they've been doing that. And the community has started hosting an annual Arabian Night Festival each May. So if you ever
That
want
sounds
to,
pretty cool, actually.
yeah, I kind of want to check it out. I kind of want. Maybe I'll go during the day.
Like, what do they do? They have
Arabian
like,
Nights. Oh crap! It's Arabian Nights, so we just gotta go there at night and just hope for the best.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. You have like a town-wide Arabian Nights festival.
What do they have? Like just a bunch of slutty girls running around wearing like
Ooh, belly dancing,
belly dancers. I'm down.
feeding you hummus,
Putting you
potato
hummus,
chips.
swallowing swords and fire. Hell yeah!
Swallowing swords. I've got a sword for you to swallow.
Oh, you better not say that to one of those Arabian Nights, girl. I'll kill you. And that's it for Arabian Nights in Opaloka.
Nice. You have anything? Anything more? Any facts? Any interesting, weird?
No,
Or do you want me to go with one of mine?
no. Actually, you go and then you tell me when you want me to go, because then I have another nerdy thing about actually the ocean.
All right, I'll switch. I'll switch it up here.
Please
Let me take a...
switch up gears, please. Put it on third.
See, I've got some weird stories, some news stories. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna start off with
Oh my God, here we go.
belly button stored meth stash, say police. November 18th, following his arrest for possession of a hypodermic needle containing methamphetamine, a 380-pound Florida man was hit with additional felony charges after jail personnel discovered a bag of meth wedged deep within the belly button cavity of the defendant.
What the fuck? How
deep-
is
how
that
deep could it
fucking
be?
belly button?
It didn't say like wedged in his
That's
in his
a whole
belly
new-
button cavity. It said deep in his cavity.
That's a whole new fucking level of like smuggling shit into prison. Forget your butthole.
It says the
Dig into that belly button.
Fuck. How fat can you be? I mean, have you seen the videos? There's this video of this guy who's in Florida. It's like this one white guy named Stitches, I think. He's like a local
that's
rapper.
great.
And he's got like these fucked up tattoos. But he's with this black guy who's not... It's really weird because he's got a huge stomach, but like his arms and legs and face are skinny. And he hides. He's got like Instagram videos and stuff of him with AK-47s hidden underneath his stomach fat. It's crazy. It's like his stomach hangs down to his knees.
Wow.
And he'll lift up his stomach and he'll pull out a fucking AK-47 that you didn't even know was there. It's like how the hell did you fit that shit in there?
It's like a human fanny pack.
Exactly. And that's like he was walking around. He's got his stomach hanging down to his knees, and then he's like, "Oh fuck this!" Pulls up his
That's
he
fucking
pulls up
crazy.
his fat flap, and he pulls out a loaded AK-47.
Not to deviate too much of the subject, but well, actually, this is not much of a deviation. But I've seen videos of like women that go shoplifting at like Walmart and stuff, and they're super big and like overweight, and they just stuff shit up in their bras and panties,
Oh,
and since
absolutely.
they're so big and overweight, they don't
Yeah.
they don't think that there's anything wrong, and that's just their bodies. But they have like, I don't know, like half of the shopping list stuffed into their underwear. That's insane. And like they don't shoplift for like like let's not say like bread or like cookies and shit. No, they're stuffing there like, I don't know, like whole chickens and like slabs of fucking ribs. Yes, I've seen shit like that. It's like, it's insane. It's insane.
No, the craziest thing that I saw was back in the day when I was little. Not when I was little, but when I was like in college,
Oh.
I was working security at Best Buy, And the weirdest thing that I ever saw anybody steal was an abuelita, a cute little Juanita abuelita, you know, and she was going up to the PlayStation games, and I swear to God, she was taking him by the armful, shoving him in her gigantic purse. You know, they have those purses that are like half the size of your body.
What?
That shit was lined with like all sorts of foil and metal, and she tried to skate on out of the store with like fucking $3,600 worth of video games.
Whoa!
So we caught her. And her son was waiting in the car because I guess she was going to like walk out of the store all innocent like and then hop in the car that was waiting right out the door. So we caught her. We called the cops. The son came in. He's like, the fuck? This is a little old lady. You can't be doing this shit. Man, it's like, listen, motherfucker.
You piece of shit. That's so your
Like she
fucking
has
grandma.
like $4,000 worth of video games shoved into her purse and all over the place. That was the weirdest thing that I've ever seen
I'm
stolen.
so sorry that I'm so vulgar, but what a piece of fucking shit. Like, you don't do that. It's your grandma.
I don't know. Yeah, who put her up to that? Like, can you imagine your grandma just going around shoplifting?
But then again, like think about her in her like younger years. If she's doing this when she's old, like, oh yeah, no problem, I'm totally down. Like, she probably was not like a jewel for society when she was younger either. But anyway, what the hell happened to like belly button meth? Tell me.
Nothing. He was okay. So hold on. Let me go back to my notes. So he was arrested because he was a suspicious person. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody at a McDonald's called the cops on him, and when they went to check him out, they found a needle, like a hypodermic needle with meth. So that's why they arrested him. So when they brought him into jail, they were like, "Hey, listen, if you have anything else on you, tell us now, because bringing something to jail carries additional charges, more felonies. You know, it's a big no-no." And he's like, no, I don't have anything. So they were checking him. Obviously, when you go to jail, you know, they give you a thorough cavity search, you know, bend you over,
They're
check all
checking
your
belly buttons
crevices and
too.
holes. Yeah, everything.
Damn.
And they found a bag containing 2.7 grams of meth deep in his belly button. Wedged deep.
Wedged deep.
Wedged
Wow.
deep within the belly button cavity. And for some reason, they specify his height. It says, the baggie was wedged deep within the belly button cavity of the 5'8" defendant.
What is that?
I don't know what
Are
that
they
means.
saying like tall people have deep belly buttons? Is that what they're trying to say?
I don't know, but he was like, they were like, what were you thinking? And he said, I was just being dumb and not thinking. So
I picture him like a fat bastard from what is that? Mike Myers, the spy who shagged me.
damn, this guy caught 2 more felonies for that. Holy shit.
What?
The discovery of the hidden meth resulted in 2 additional felony charges being filed against Skelly. Wow. That sucks. All right, so I got another one.
Bad day for Skelly. Yep.
I've got a naked man chases 2 people around the Palm Coast Chick-fil-A parking lot. So, this says the arrest report offers no explanation for what may have prompted the man's bizarre behavior. A Palm Coast man stripped naked, chased 2 unwitting strangers around a Chick-fil-A parking lot, then yelled for responding deputies to look at his genitals early Monday morning.
Oh my god.
Look
Oh
at my dick!
God.
Look at my cock!
Oh my god.
That Chick-fil-A cock, yeah.
Not only that, but like I'm just thinking Chick-fil-A. I discovered Chick-fil-A probably like within this year. I remember telling you.
Chick-fil-A is so good.
I know it is, and I had no idea that it was so fucking delicious. And there was one by my parents' house when I used to live with them. And I told you, I was so surprised. And I'm sorry, I don't mean it to come out so like racy, but everybody's white. Everybody that works there is like white, straight out of Sunday school. And yeah, you told me because it's like a Christian thing and all that.
It's like from the top down, they're hardcore Christian. Like
Yeah.
they're not open on Sundays.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I can't really speak to the hiring process, but I'm sure they're going to ask you about God in your life.
For sure. So like now that you're
Does
saying
God
that,
will it that you're the cashier at Chick-fil-A?
we'll
find out.
Now that you're saying that there's a naked man running around the parking lot of Chick-fil-A, knowing that all this like super Christian, super good kids work at this place, like I can only imagine like how crazy this site must have been.
Well,
How traumatized were these kids?
so this was like at 1 a.m. It says the guy's name is Corey Hatzel.
Oh hell!
Okay?
I thought it was like in the middle of business. Okay.
Yeah, so he was arrested for disorderly conduct, breach of peace, and resisting arrest. So according to the arrest report, there's this woman named Ariana. She said her boyfriend was riding his bicycle home from work at about 1:15 in the morning on a Monday, and he called her to tell her a man was chasing him on foot as he rode past a Winn-Dixie.
Whoa.
But if a man's chasing you on foot, why would your girlfriend be the first one you call?
I would call the police.
Why?
Yeah.
But it's not like I'd call you. Hey, there's this fucking crazy naked guy chasing me.
Yeah, like I'm gonna do something about it.
Come
Yeah.
save me. Hi.
Please.
Hi, baby.
Please.
I don't get it.
Slap him. That's really weird.
Apparently it says by the time Ariana and she had a 23-year-old friend with her, another boy, Donald Ellis, some sort of, why is this guy hanging out with this other dude's girlfriend, Ariana, at 1 a.m? Why is she bringing him with her? I don't know. They all met up at this Chick-fil-A, and this guy, Corey Hatzel, was trying to fight with the boyfriend that had called Ariana.
Uh-huh.
And so when the deputies arrived, he took off. What he says? She told that when the deputies, wait, I'm so lost. Oh,
I'm so happy that it's not me for a change.
no. Okay, so she told deputies that like he started taking his clothes off and began yelling, "You're gay for looking at my penis." That's what it says right here. He started ripping his clothes off and he's calling everybody gays. "You're gay for looking at my penis."
Don't look at that penis, you're gay.
She told her boyfriend to leave to keep him from fighting with Hatzel, and then she called 911. Okay? The deputies arrived. They found the nude guy, Corey Hatzel. They found him nude, yelling at Donald Ellis, this other guy that came with Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hatzel had blood on his nose and kept yelling at deputies, "Look at my penis! Look at my ass!" He threw his ass in there for good measure. That's what it says. It's look at my penis, look at my ass.
Don't forget to look at my ass, people. I'm naked.
And
There's a reason.
They add, along with several other unintelligible things. When officers told him to put on his shorts, he again began yelling, "Look at my penis!" This time directing the comment to passing vehicles.
Can you imagine? That would have been such a great sight.
There was no explanation for what caused his bizarre behavior.
Yeah, bath salts. How about that?
Man, he's just super fucked up.
Bath salts.
It's called a Saturday night, all right? All right, you have one for me?
Actually, I can do some Florida facts, and then I'll tell you my ocean story later.
All right.
How does that sound? Good?
Sounds great.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah,
All
always.
right, put on your panties.
Put on
your
my
panties. Put them on. Pull them up. You're
Pull
lucky
them up.
ones. All right. So, guess what? It is illegal to sing while wearing swimwear in public in Florida, especially on Key West.
I like that one.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
That's fucking crazy.
I didn't. And that's...
I want to meet. You know who I want to meet?
Who comes up with that?
I want to meet the cop that
What
is like.
happened? No.
No. Wait. I want to meet. You know how cops are like on the road, like stopping people for doing stupid shit while they're driving? I want to meet the cop that is like on the beach looking for that beach goer that is wearing a swimsuit and is singing around all over the beach.
Well, what
I
I
want to
want
know
to
that
know
cop.
is actually what happened that was so traumatic and severe that they had to create a law to stop people from singing specifically in their swimsuits in the city of Key West.
Exactly.
Like what happened?
I don't know. We gotta do a deep dive on that one. I'm gonna do some investigation. I promise. Also, it's illegal for an unmarried woman to skydive on Sundays in Florida. So, you know,
On Sundays?
on Sundays,
Only on
if you're
Sundays.
single, you
If
cannot.
you're single?
It's illegal. It's not even you cannot. It's illegal for you to be single and skydive on a Sunday. I don't know what the fuck does that mean, but it's illegal.
So if you're
There's
like in a
fucking
relationship, it's
laws.
okay?
Yeah. Of course.
You know, these crazy slutty women skydiving all
Skydive,
over the place on
falling-
Sundays.
falling on your
Falling
on a-
all over these men.
all over the men.
Baby, I swear to God, I don't know what happened. This woman fell out of the sky right on my dick.
I didn't touch her. I swear. And the girl, it's true. I was skydiving.
Yeah, I'm sure. Slut.
Okay, so did you know that the first ATM was installed in Miami?
The first ever?
Ever. And you know why they decided to install it in Miami? Because they designed it for rollerbladers that couldn't go into the banks. Yeah,
There were that many rollerbladers
I
that could
guess.
not go into banks.
And they
that
really needed
decided
money. Yeah.
to install an ATM, to invent an ATM. It wasn't inventing it. It was just like the first public installation of an ATM.
Yeah, the first ATM was
Can you
installed in
imagine that?
Miami.
How does that? We have so many rollerbladers that can't get into the banks. We need something to solve this crisis.
Think of that first ATM and the fucking line of rollerbladers trying to get money.
What?
Going around the block.
Can you imagine?
And they're wearing their thongs because you've seen how people rollerblade around
Well, they need
South
an even
Beach.
tan on their cheeks. Come on, of course
Come
they need
on,
to wear
come
a
on.
thong.
Have you seen that guy that rollerblades around wearing a banana hammock that is actually a thong?
Where would I see that?
Like, you work in South Beach. That guy is always going around.
Yeah, but I'm inside my job. I'm not out on
Fuck,
South
that's
Beach.
very true. I
On
used
the
to I used
boardwalk.
to I used to live there, so I've seen him many times, and he's still around. He's still alive, going around showing his ass.
How old is he?
Old. It's not a pretty sight. It's definitely not. Nothing is firm on that man.
You know what? It's okay. There's somebody for everybody.
You
All right?
live-
I'm
live
sure
your
somebody
life.
enjoys it.
I'm not saying like, oh my god, look at the flabby guy. Like, live your life, but there is a guy out there going around with a thong banana hammock in rollerblades on South Beach. If you're ever
Thong
interested,
banana hammock.
yes. Also, this one's really weird. I don't know why we do this, but fuck, we do it. Once a year, thousands of Floridians stand at the state line between Alabama and Florida, and they toss dead fish into Alabama.
Ew.
This is called the annual Mullet Toss and is hosted by Florabama Beach Bar in Pensacola.
Is that
And
the name of the?
That's
is
the
that
name of the
place?
bar.
Florabama.
Florabama. And it's funny
God.
because like this bar, it's in between both states. So when you're at the bar, you can be in one side of the bar and you're in Florida, and then you cross the state line and you go to the other side of the bar and you're in Alabama.
So, the restaurant is literally dissected in half by the state line.
By the state line, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It is cool.
That's kind of interesting.
The fish
Not
part
the fish
is-
part isn't.
Disgusting.
That is kind of gross.
That
But
it
where do
really
they
is.
throw it? Do they throw it like on the ground, or they throw it? Where is it that they're throwing it?
I'm assuming on the ground. They
they-
just, I think that the whole point is that it just goes into Alabama. I don't think it matters where it lands.
Is it like dodgeball with the fish?
I think so.
It's like,
That's so
oh,
fucking
that's fish.
stinky. The stinkiest dodgeball ever. Okay, here's a nerdy one. Did you know that in Jesus the Lord?
Jesus.
No.
Save me, Jesus.
Save me, Jesus. Help me pronounce this correctly.
Praise Jesus.
Brevard County. Yeah, I said it right.
Yeah, Brevard.
Brevard. Okay, in Brevard County, Florida, which is where the Kennedy Space Center is located. The area code 321 has been in service since November 1st of 1999. They actually did this because the area code refers to the countdown at the Kennedy Space Center whenever they launch a spaceship into, into space.
Oh, that's pretty cool,
so
actually.
it stands for 321. Yeah,
Blast off.
super cool. Super duper cool.
You know, that'd be super cool if, what is it? BLASTOF.
Huh?
I'm counting. How cool would that be if your number was like 321 and it spelled out blast off, like the numbers?
Oh, that would
But
be cool.
I don't think it can because the phone number is like 10 digits. So it's like 321 BLASTOF. No, we're missing an F. It could be blast of. 321 blast of.
Okay, here's another fun one. A Miami pharmacist named Benjamin Green was the inventor of the first suntan lotion.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
We're the sunshine state for a reason.
Yeah, it's true. We're also like the number one retirement state, aren't we?
Damn, yeah, it's true.
All the geezers flock to sunny South Florida.
Actually, yes, but like I think that is definitely changing because of the Hispanic population. I think is turning things around.
Oh, you mean Little Cuba?
No, just in general, because I'm
Miami's
I'm
little
part
Cuba.
of I'm part of them, so just in general.
Yeah.
All
So
right. So then, wait, I have a few
you have
more.
one more?
Da-da-da-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. Did you know that oral sex is illegal in Florida?
Oh,
That's a bummer.
that's a shame.
That's really bad.
Again, what happened? That caused.
Yeah.
You know what it was? It's probably some politician with a super tiny dick whose wife never touched him,
Micro penis.
with a micro penis, whose wife never wanted to suck it.
No,
Or-
doesn't even fit in the mouth. It's so fucking small.
Exactly.
She can't
And
even
he's
feel
like,
it.
you know what? If I can't have it, nobody can. And he outlawed it.
Damn, poor micro penis.
But what? I mean, what causes that? I mean, God, what the fuck? That
I don't.
sucks.
I really don't know. Like
How would you even enforce that?
I don't know.
Can you imagine? Like
Yeah.
you're sucking somebody's dick, and like you look out the window, and there's a police officer looking in your window, and he's like waving his fingers, like tisk tisk tisk.
Excuse
I'm
me.
coming-
No.
open the door. You
taps
get
on-
a citation.
Taps on the window.
He's like,
Yeah.
it's like, open the fucking door now.
Uh,
I saw you with that dick in your mouth.
excuse me, miss. Can I please have your driver's license ID? Any form of ID?
Any form
Anything
of
you
ID,
got.
Please. I'm gonna have to ask you to remove the cock from your mouth, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Take
please.
3 steps back.
Take the cock out of your mouth before you speak to me, ma'am. Please. Also, we have a place called Spook Hill. It's actually a gravity hill. It is called a gravity hill. And it's actually an optical illusion. People can go and park their cars at the bottom of the hill, and you can see your car rolling upwards instead of downwards.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah.
It's what people some people say.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say that what they do is they put like some sort of powder, like talcum powder or flour or something on the bumper, and they say that when you get out of the car or something and it rolls up the hill, you know you're obviously not pressing the gas or it's not idling.
Yeah.
When you get to the top, you can look where you put the powder and you'll see imprints of hands.
Oh, that's
Like
freaky.
spirits were pushing you up the hill or something like that.
See, like I didn't read anything about that. This place is actually in Lake Wales, Florida. What I read was that it's an optical illusion. There's no special forces behind the place. There's no kind of like magnetic field or anything weird there. All it is that when you're at the bottom of the hill, the way that the landscape looks, it gives you the illusion of going. How can I explain it? Like it looks like you're going down,
What? But it's
Does
going
it?
up.
but it's actually going up. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. You need to look at the picture. They say that like where you park your car.
Okay.
How can I explain it? Like where you park the car and you can see the optical illusion. Yeah, like that's where you're like, oh my god, my fucking car is rolling up the hill. But if you go to the other side, like the part that is like quotation marks up, and then you're looking the opposite direction, that's where you can figure out the optical illusion. And I also read that this spot is so popular that on the weekends there are lines of cars waiting to do this.
Really?
Yes. Isn't that crazy? Lines of cars. Yeah, that's a little bit crazy. Here's
Super exciting vacation.
here's a fun one about Daytona Beach. Did you know that in Daytona Beach there is a drive-in church similar to a drive-in movie theater?
It's like you come through and it's got like the little intercom. And it's like, yes, hello,
Yes.
praise be Jesus, praise Jesus. What service would you like? Oh, a drive-by confessional. Okay.
Okay, no
All right.
problem. No
You,
problem.
you pull up to the next window, right, and you give your confession.
Oh my god, you give your confession like when you like where you order like your snacks and stuff at the movie theater?
Yeah,
Don't they give you like a little
No, like you put
like
the
a
window
little thing?
down and there's an intercom and you give your
Yes.
confessional. And then as you're driving, you got another priest at the end and he throws you like, the body of Christ, open your window. And he's like a frisbee. He
almost-
tosses a little cracker into your window. It's
I
like,
almost said the body of Christ compels you.
the body of Christ compels you. And then there's another priest on the other side with like a spray bottle of wine. He's like, the blood of Christ.
Just give you shots of
imagine?
wine like
It's
you're
like
in
a
a fucking
45-second
Mexican
thing.
vacation. Open your mouth, they throw the wine in there, and they just start shaking your head.
It's like in an old tequila bottle. It's all the blood of Christ. Like,
Ew.
you pull your head back out the window. There's your shot of wine. There's a cracker. Good to go. Bye.
Good to
Next.
go, bye. And you know what? Super convenient because if you don't have time to go early in the morning at 8:30 when they open, no problem.
Wait,
They
you don't even have to get dressed for church
no,
now.
and they have another service at 10 a.m. if you're like if you like to wake up late.
No, there's no
You're
service
good to go.
now.
You're good to go.
No service. Everybody lines up like you're lined up at McDonald's.
That's right.
Right? You pull up to the window.
That's right.
What can the Lord do for you today?
Oh, and you know what? Super smart, because you know how like when you go to mass, they pass around little baskets so you can give them money.
Oh yeah, now you just chuck the money out your window.
No, you
Like at the
no,
tolls.
not even. You give it to them at the beginning, because I'm sure they're gonna like charge you an entry fee, and you know you gotta pay some money so you have a place in heaven.
Oh,
Come on,
yeah.
come on.
God
you know how it
ain't
is.
cheap. Right?
God ain't cheap.
Hell no.
God ain't cheap.
All right.
Then we got the Coral Castle Museum in Miami. We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah, when we drove past it.
Yes,
Do you know how big that man was? He was like 5'3".
He was tiny and
He was
skinny.
incredibly small.
Yeah, and he was super fucking smart.
Was he?
Super, yeah, he was super smart. Super duper smart. He built this place between he did it all by himself between 1923 and 1951. The biggest piece of stone that you can find in Coral Castle weighs up to 9 tons, and it's a gate, and it can be opened with one finger. You know what I read? I just remembered. I read that one day the fucking gate broke. It broke, and everybody was like, "Oh, what the fuck? How are we gonna fucking fix this?"
But what do you mean one day? Like, you're
One
talking
day,
about after
no,
he's
after
dead
he's
and
dead,
it's an
he's
attraction.
gone. Like he's gone,
It's an attraction
done.
now.
Like
Yeah.
currently, it's an attraction. Like
And
you
it
can go
broke.
and visit it. Exactly. So let's say like I can't remember exactly when this happened, but let's say that like 15 years ago, the door broke, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like it came out of place. Something happened to the door, so they needed to take it out. There was something that they needed to fix, and they needed to put it back in. It took a crane, and I think was like 15 men or something like that, just to move the gate just a little bit so they could take it out, fix it, and put it back on. This motherfucker did it by himself.
I don't know. I'm still kind of skeptical about that.
It said that this guy.
But it is pretty interesting because I remember some of like the lore behind it. Like he had some sort of magical box or something, right? That
That's
helped.
not what I read.
I don't know. He had something because he's like this incredibly tiny, skinny guy, but
That's-
he managed to lift these blocks of just coral.
Yeah,
like,
they're
and
fucking
limestone.
huge.
Just
Huge.
huge, dense, heavy stones. I mean that weigh tons.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not trying to steal your thunder here, but didn't he built this for like his wife or something? Some woman from wherever he emigrated from.
So he was originally from Europe. I forget exactly from where, and he fell in love with
It
this
was like
girl.
it was like Romania or
Something
Macedonia
like-
or something like it was
Something
like an
like
Eastern
no
European.
Macedonia. No. I want to say maybe Poland, Romania, or
Yeah,
Slovakia.
I think it was like Eastern Europe.
Somewhere in Eastern Europe, yes. And he was in love with this woman. And one day he gathered enough courage to tell her how much he loved her. And he was like, "Yeah, you're
Right off the
little
bat,
and
like,
you're
he didn't
skinny.
even-
So bye." She didn't want
Oh, man,
anything to
you
do with
don't
him.
do that.
Broke the fuck out of his heart.
Yeah, but you don't do that either. Like, what the fuck was he thinking?
I mean, he
You
was
just go up to
sick.
somebody. Oh, hey, by the way, I love you.
I mean, not like that. They weren't complete strangers either. But like the girl said, "Ha, no, I don't like you like that." So totally destroy the guy, and the guy became obsessed with like showing her how much he loved her, and then maybe someday she would be like, "Oh my god, you're amazing. Yes, I want to marry you and live with you forever." But so in order for him to show her how much he cared for her, he moved down here and decided to construct that castle. Now, why did he decide to do it like that, and how did he know how to move those stones? So this guy was super duper smart. He studied
Wait,
mathematics.
what was his name?
I can't remember. I read about it, and I didn't put it in here because I just wanted to give quick facts. But now that we're talking about this, I just want to say what's in my head real fast. So, fuck, I can't remember his name. So he studied physics, mathematics, I think even like alchemy. Like he was studying crazy shit, and he was also dabbing a little bit into like metaphysical stuff and quantum physics a little bit, and he discovered the relation between what we know as science, that is very factual and very objective.
His name was Edward Leedskainen,
Thank you.
and he was from Latvia.
See, there you go. It's somewhere in Eastern Europe. And So he discovered the relation between the physical world, which we can measure and understand with science, and the metaphysical world, the spiritual world. And he said that in order for us to learn about levitation and some other things that we quite don't understand, we need to mesh both worlds together, because in nature, science and metaphysics work together. So he found what? What's up?
So, real quick,
Yeah.
this is
What?
it says Edward
Mm-hmm.
was rejected. Apparently, that was his fiance.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right.
It was his fiance, Agnes, and she was 16 years old.
Yes, she was super young. I remember
Yeah,
that.
super young is kind of
I
an
just read it.
understatement.
I don't remember much because I just read it to understood what the fuck was this fact all about. I didn't want to get too deep into it because I figured we could talk about it later. But please, by all means.
No. Yeah, keep going because this is
No,
it's
but
actually
are
really
you?
interesting.
But yeah, right. So are you reading the whole thing where he's like they talk about like him figuring out that science and like
No.
spirituality go together?
No, I'm not looking that deep
Well,
into it.
that is how he found out how to levitate and how to make things levitate. And this is how he built this place. And he actually had to move it from where he originally built it. So he built it originally in Florida City.
Okay.
And I forget exactly what happened with the land where he had it, that they kicked him out. They didn't want him there. So he moved the Coral Castle to Homestead. And every time that he would work on the structure, he would do it at night because he didn't want people to know his secret. And locals heard about his monumental task that he was going to move all the shit by himself to Homestead. So they spied on him. And people saw him in the middle of the night. He would go and he would place his hands on top of any kind of boulder or whatever he wanted to move. And he would chant these words. And all of a sudden, the boulder would just start levitating and he would just push it around like nothing. And that's how he did it.
I mean, you know what? I don't believe it, but at the same time, it's everything you read about this guy. He was a hermit. He was by himself,
And he
managed to build this
And
these incredible structures.
And if you keep reading, you're probably gonna read about everything that he studied. After he got rejected, he dedicated his life to studying and understanding science and understanding certain things. Like he became obsessed with that shit. And you know what? Yeah, I mean nobody knows. Maybe it's not. It could be not real. But I'm a firm believer that reality is stranger than fiction. So
no,
you never know.
No, I totally agree with you. Maybe he tapped into something that
Fucking we don't know.
yeah,
We don't know.
Fuck, or maybe in the middle of the night he had 50 Mexicans come and help him.
I mean, it's down
hoist
here,
that shit up.
Homestead. There's a ton of them. You
I mean,
know,
seriously, but it's
way to rock out with your cock out, Edward. Good job. Okay, so guess what we have in Florida too?
What?
We have a Bigfoot.
The skunk ape.
Skunk ape. He's 7 feet tall and 400 pounds. And he's from the area of Okeechobee.
Okeechobee?
Oh, I'm sorry. No. Okeechobee.
Okeechobee.
Okeechobee. I'm sorry, I don't know where Okeechobee is, but that's what it says. Here's another one that is actually pretty cool. Did you know that the modern PC was invented and its birth took place in 1981 in Boca Raton?
Boca Raton of all places.
Of all fucking places. And guess what they called it?
What?
The Acorn. The first computer was called the
What is
Acorn.
that shit?
I
The
don't
acorn?
know. How big was it, first of all? Because you remember those old fucking computers?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they had them in my.
Oh, the giant.
They were ginormous.
Yeah.
You could barely do anything with those fucking things.
The green text, you remember those? It's just black screen with the green text, and that's all it was.
The first computer class I've ever had, I remember they gave us a sheet with commands. So you would go on a screen where there was a dot and you could make lines. So like I remember it was like shift, control something, you would go up and then you go right and then you had to like draw and shit. That was my computer class. It was ridiculous. Anyway.
All right.
Wait. I have a few more real fast. Did you know that we have a museum of poop?
What?
Yeah, we have a museum of poop.
Where?
in South Florida. It doesn't say exactly where, but we have the largest collection of fossilized poop in the world. Um, what else? Oh, if you're in Miami Beach, watch out. People face up to 30 days in jail if you sell oranges on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So
Well,
don't be tempted. I know that we have a shit ton of oranges, but don't sell them. Also, it's illegal to skateboard without a license. I don't know what kind of license you gotta get, but it's illegal. And last but not least, it is estimated that there's over $2 trillion worth of lost treasure within 60 miles of the Florida coast.
yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I think that's how
That's fucking
Mel
great.
Fisher.
Mel Fisher.
I think that's how Mel Fisher got his fortune. If I'm not mistaken, I think he found a bunch of Spanish treasure off the Florida coast. I don't know if this is off the coast of the Florida Keys or, but I'm almost. I need to look into that because I think that's how he became so famous. And I don't remember because I also remember them talking about how if you find a treasure, like a treasure at sea, that the country of origin, Italy, Spain,
Probably Spain.
they still own that. It
Of
doesn't matter
course.
that you found it, it's that they still own it. So I don't know with Mel Fisher if he became so rich because maybe they paid him a reward after he turned it in or what the deal was with that.
I'm sure
But,
that.
and there's treasure hunters all the time. When I lived in the
Tracy.
Keys, lived in the Keys, there were people out there all the time. Every day they'd be going out on their boats and just diving for treasure, trying
That's
to find it.
fucking awesome. You know
So-
what's the coolest treasure I've ever found? I broke it. I'm so pissed that I broke it. When I lived for a little while, I lived up in Martha's Vineyard. I've told you that. And one day I went out to my yard and I was checking the yard for ticks. I'm not gonna lie, because I was so fucking obsessed with the ticks. And like Max would run around back there. Max is my dog. So one day I'm going around, I see this shiny fucking thing on the ground. I'm like, what is that? I pick it up. Guess what it was? It was a tiny glass bottle that had it says apothecary on the side, and I was like, oh wow, this looks old. I wonder what it is. So I started doing some investigating and some digging, and I had found a little bottle that had contained some kind of medicine back in the late 1800s. And the island is littered with things like that. So it's not rare for you to find old medicine bottles or like little cases, metal cases for pills and stuff like that. I've had it. I remember I had it for like 3 years, and then I think one of my stupid cats knocked it over and broke it. But that was the coolest.
Sad story.
Super sad. That was the coolest treasure I've ever had.
Okay, so I've got one here.
Yeah.
Florida man arrested for practicing karate
What?
by kicking swans in the head.
Ah, no.
A Florida man interested in karate is alleged to have found an elusive and illegal target for his kicks.
What the fuck?
Bird faces.
What a dick. What a dick.
Rocco Joseph Mantella was arrested for practicing karate, I wish you could see my air quotes, by kicking swans in the head at a park in downtown Orlando. And further details of her arrest are wild as shit.
Oh my God.
According to an Orange County arrest affidavit, Mantella was spotted by a few witnesses around 9:30 a.m. on Thursday, kicking a bunch of animals. Can you imagine this man fucking going around the park at 9:30 in the morning? Who the fuck is around there? Who's up that early?
He goes, everybody was kung fu fighting, kicking the shit out of the fucking swans and ducks everywhere.
It says someone saw him kick one swan in the head and another in the butt
What a
while
fucking
practicing
dick.
karate.
What
His
a
kicks were enough to knock one swan down.
You know, swans are mean. So
No,
like,
it's geese that are mean.
no, swans are mean
No,
as fuck.
swans aren't
no.
mean. It's geese. Geese are fucking assholes.
Yes, they are, but swans are pretty mean too. They'll chase you. They'll bite you. They don't give a fuck.
No.
But you don't have that.
I don't
It doesn't
believe that.
excuse. It doesn't excuse this guy's behavior.
I don't know. I'll kick a couple geese. Fuck them. Fuck geese. I hate geese. It says his kicks were enough to knock one swan down, and a witness said he was kicking as hard as possible.
Oh my God.
Mantella also apparently targeted a small duck. No, enjoying a morning nap. What the fuck?
Pobrecito.
What the hell?
Pobrecito.
When when blah blah blah. That's like diarrhea of the mouth. Sorry. When one witness saw what he was doing, he apparently began to laugh at her. Fuck you! I'm gonna kick these geese or these swans.
Oh,
he was charged with 1 count of animal cruelty to animals, which carries a maximum sentence of 6 months in Florida.
That's not enough. That's not enough. Even though I'm laughing my ass off, it's not enough. He's kicking the fuck out of the birds that, like, the bird didn't ask for it. Can you imagine being that bird? Oh, this is a great day. I'm going to get so much shit done. Boom! All of a sudden, you're like, what the fuck? You get kicked right in the face.
I mean, if you see a picture of this guy, he looks fucking gross. He's super intense with, like, he's got, like, sores on his head and on his mouth. It's fucking gross.
He probably got attacked by geese. That's why he's so pissed.
I don't know.
That's so weird.
So I've got this next one.
Okay.
It says a Florida woman who was 73 years old
Okay.
scares off a naked intruder who was gyrating in a lewd manner.
What?
By taking out her dentures and yelling, "Grandma, no teeth!"
Oh!
I don't know. It says a Florida grandmother scared a naked intruder off her porch by taking out her dentures and yelling, "Grandma, no teeth!"
That's great.
It's got a picture of her. Look at this picture of her. She looks like a fucking gremlin on the midnight news. What the hell is wrong with her?
Whoa! Whoa!
Who does that?
Nobody's breaking into her house.
I don't know. So it says, when Penelope Peterson, 73 of Titusville, heard noises on her back porch in the early hours on Sunday morning, she suspected a cat was to blame. Oh.
Surprise, Grandma.
No, Penelope. It was no cat. It was 28-year-old Axel Rivera, who then took off his clothes. What?
Why the fuck?
And began gyrating at her in a lewd manner.
Wait. Okay.
So this guy was on her back
What does
porch.
that mean?
Gyrating is like dry humping the air.
Oh, so like when you're doing like the stripper move and you're swinging the dick?
But more
that's
like,
gross.
he's like helicoptering.
Helicoptering the dick to the grandma?
But it says he was naked.
She should have gummed that thing to death.
Ew. I mean, come on. When's the last time she saw a dick? She's 73 years old.
That's why probably she took off her
you would
teeth.
think that maybe she'd be all over that.
Nom.
I don't know. It might have been good. No teeth, all gum. I don't know.
You really think so? I don't know. That's gotta feel weird.
It says, okay, so she said, "I always look first. I opened the blinds and said, 'Oh, hell no, that's not my cat.'" What the fuck? What the hell? Peterson, a retired member of law enforcement, found a unique way to scare off Axel. The grandmother took out her dentures and yelled at the intruder, "Grandma, no teeth."
Fuck yeah. That's awesome.
I don't. This poor guy. No, not poor guy, but I mean, he looks like, fuck, he got roped in for messing with the wrong granny.
That's awesome.
It says, when Axel appeared in court on Friday, prosecutors said alcohol may have been a factor. I mean, of course, look at this lady. I mean,
Hello.
I don't know. Maybe he was just desperate. Rivera fled and was later found wandering naked through the parking lot of an apartment complex. He told the police that his clothes were stolen. So,
who the fuck steals your clothes?
When he appeared in court Friday, prosecutor said alcohol may have been a factor. It could have been a very, very bad scene, they said. The woman was victimized, not only having to have someone enter her home that's not wanted in her home, but also someone who's wearing no clothes, is what they said. So
Damn.
He went to jail when he was on bail for $20,000.
Wow.
And I've got one more.
Please.
I think the last one of the night.
No.
You've got more?
I do.
Okay. Well,
but you go.
I've got one more.
Man.
So, okay. Woman faces felony charges for spitting in ice cream, urinating in buckets at Indian Shores shop.
Oh my fucking
God.
Sorry,
I totally read that
No,
wrong.
it's okay, but just between
it says, woman faces felony charges for spitting in ice cream and urinating in buckets at Indian Shores shop.
Oh,
police
no.
say. Jung Soon Wipcha.
What?
Wow. First of all, this is like a 66-year-old Asian grandmother.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, can I see it?
It looks like somebody punched her in the right eye. Look. You see that?
What a Sorry. What a bitch.
I mean, this is fucking
Yeah,
gross.
what a cunt.
I don't know.
Why you go around pissing and fucking, like,
So
But
she was so she
no.
was charged with criminal mischief and tampering with consumer products. Um, Police arrested a St. Petersburg woman for ruining an estimated $2,000 worth of ice cream and forcing an ice cream shop to close for days by spitting, urinating, and picking her nose into
Oh
containers.
my fucking god. That's
Jung Soon
disgusting.
Wipcha was arrested Monday uh, and charged with criminal mischief and tampering with consumer products after police reviewed videos showing her behavior over 3 days
Oh my
at
god.
Lulu's ice cream shop. Fuck, for 3 days she's been pissing and spitting and
Do they say
ice cream.
why she did it?
No, let me see. It said the ice cream had to be destroyed for public safety, obviously, unless they're going to
Hello.
release it for a new flavor. I don't know.
Biohazard as
Extra-
fuck. I don't want that.
What's wrong with this lady? Get it? Because she's Chinese?
Oh,
Oh, no. Okay. I know I'm super
Tugun.
hilarious. Yeah. It said the store had to close for about 4 days while they cleaned out all the ice creams. The owner of the shop said that I guess she wasn't liking that we were getting very popular. So
Why? Why? She was an employee, right?
yeah, she was an employee.
Then what the
I don't
fuck?
understand.
It's good for her that they're popular. Like that secures a paycheck.
Yeah, it says
Dumb
that
bitch.
she had tried to. One of the times she had done it, she had attempted to use the bathroom of the business, and apparently the bathroom for this ice cream shop shared a bathroom with another business, and the bathroom door was locked.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of waiting or knocking
She
like
just
a normal
pissed
person,
in some ice cream
she took a bucket that they used to churn the ice cream
and
and
she
pissed in that.
it. What the?
She then dumped the bucket
fuck?
in a sink where the ice cream utensils and bowls were in.
What the fuck?
I don't know what the fuck this lady was
This
thinking.
shit pisses me off because I'm just
But
gonna
I mean,
tell you.
that was like 5 days, like 4 or 5, like oh no, maybe 3 days. I think it said 3 days. I just read it and I don't remember. So,
Hey,
but 3 days. Can you imagine all the ice cream they served in 3 days?
that's disgusting. I have gotten food poisoning from somebody being disgusting and not washing their hands, and this bitch is urinating in buckets and throwing her fucking urine on fucking utensils. And I know that urine is like a thing that it's, what do you call it?
I mean, it's sterile.
It's got ammonia
but
and
it's
it's
still-
sterile,
it's-
but
it's still
fuck
waste.
you.
It's human waste.
I don't want to put your piss in my mouth, like
I don't know.
you
That's-
fucking
I mean,
bitch.
those aren't sprinkles on your ice cream,
Fuck
little
no.
Alex. You
Absolutely not.
know, so it's
Oh
boogers.
God.
Boogers.
It's just that makes me so angry. Like the time we were talking about it, like the time that whatchamacallit, people were licking the ice creams and putting like they would get like the pint or whatever
Oh yeah, you were telling me
in
about
the
that.
container and then they
About
would lick
that
it.
fat or something where they'd lick the top of the ice cream or
Was
something.
all over the news and they would put it back in the fridge.
That's fucking
That's
gross.
disgusting.
That takes a certain kind of shitty person to do that.
Some
You know?
special piece of shit out there. That's I don't know why I'm so angry. I'm sorry.
All right, so you have one more, or
Yeah, it's just a nerdy story.
let's hear it.
Okay, so you know how much I love the ocean. So this, I really got a kick out of this one. And I knew about this place, but I didn't know that much about it. And I'm actually happy that I'm going to talk about it now. So it's called the Neptune Memorial Reef. It's 40 feet deep, and it is an underwater cemetery that is 3.25 miles. Yeah, 3.25 miles east of Key Biscayne, which is in Miami. It was designed by Kim Brendel, and it opened in 2007. And you can cremate yourself, and they cast your remains into concrete blocks and slabs that
Oh, that's pretty cool.
that they used to build a cemetery. Yeah, it's about 16 acres. And they not only that they use concrete to make it, but there's also bronze and steel accents all throughout. And they intentionally designed it the way they did because they wanted to create a sanctuary for marine life in fish and coral. They designed it as an interpretation of the lost city of Atlantis. And let me see what else. Da-da-da-da. Oh, this is funny. It's sponsored by the Neptune Society, which is a cremation company. This place is also a member of the Green Burial Council. The members of this council provide an ecologically sensitive alternative to burial, which I think is awesome because I'm a little weird, but when I die, I want to go back to Earth some way or another in a way that I want to help. The way I wanted to do it is completely illegal. So this is a good option for me because I actually wanted to get chopped in little pieces and be thrown in like the jungle or the Everglades. And no one's going to let me do that. So I think I'm going to go this route. And at least I can be home for some coral or fish. Let me see.
Well, yeah, and then you live in the sea. That's awesome.
Which is my fucking dream.
There's also more like an even more natural organic burial, which I think we'll talk about at a later date, called sky burials.
Huh?
Where the Indians practice the sky burials, where they leave your body on the top of the tower to be pecked and eaten by the
That's
birds.
that's my dream. That's my dream.
No.
I want to go back to the circle of life.
No,
See,
no,
everybody
not like
thinks
that.
I'm a weirdo.
No.
It's okay. I'm gonna leave my dream in my head. Anyway, and this is also actually really cool. They classify this place as a coral reef thanks to the 14 species of reef-building coral that exist in this particular ecosystem. It's been such a success that there's a species of Caribbean sea urchin that everybody thought that it was extinct, and it has been found in this this artificial reef. This place, yeah, it's super cool. This place has about 44 columns, which are the most impressive structures within the reef, and each of them weighs about 5 tons. So imagine like the rest, because there's other pieces. Imagine how heavy the other pieces are and how big. This place is home to 56 species of fish, crabs, sea urchins, lobsters, moray eels, etc., etc. And here's another really cool fact about this place. The remains of Bert Kilbride, who is the Guinness Book record... Wait.
Guinness Book of World Records?
Yes. He holds the record for the oldest shipwrecked diver in the world. And when he died, his ashes were converted into part of a structure, and he has a special place of honor at the memorial on top of one of the entry columns of the reef gate.
Nice.
Yeah, and that is the Neptune Memorial Reef. So if you want to look at something creepy, but it's slightly tropical, put on your fins, get in the water, and go check that shit out because it's super cool.
Well, I think that does it for our very first episode of What the Florida.
What the Florida.
I mean, hopefully that gave you some insight into the little shenanigans that happened here. I mean, there's stories for decades that come out of Florida.
But don't, a lot of people think that here everybody's dumb and it sucks, but it doesn't.
No, not all of us.
Not everybody's dumb.
Just some
Just
of us.
a little. At my case, at least just a little.
So remember, you can find us on all the major platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. We're trying to get on Pandora. If you're on iTunes, leave us a rating, leave us a comment, let us know how bad we are, please.
Stitcher too. And I know that my accent sucks and like my pronunciation, here we go. My pronunciation is shit, but be fucking kind, I'm fucking learning.
No, don't be kind. Be
okay,
real.
just give it to me.
Be real.
Just give it to me.
Because here in Vice City, we keep it weird.
And we keep it real.
Have a good night.
Bye, guys.